Okay, thank you very much, Larry. No time like the present for this man to get some confidence, Ray Leonard. The other side of that coin, while GERRIE COETZEE has been in awe of Muhammad Ali, Michael Dokes never has been. He told Ali when he was 15 years old, "I'm going to get you, old man." He never really did, but now he is the champion.
Well, the name of success is the fact that one must believe within himself. And the only thing I don't like about GERRIE COETZEE is the fact that his self-confidence, he lacks very little of that.
Well, he has said that himself. In fact, by his own admission, he is a 10-round fighter. And that's something I think he's got to start to believe, that at least he can go 15 rounds.
Well, he can go 15 rounds. He's always in tip-top shape, Barry, and the fact that he punches so hard.
This man, though, has been a noted front runner. He's been ahead in almost every one of the fights that he lost, to John Tate, to Mike Weaver. Almost all of those fights, he has been ahead and has lost in the closing rounds. Snipes was another guy.
Well, I think what we're going to see tonight is the fact that Michael Dokes may just run upon him, try to get him out early, or it may be just the other way around. GERRIE COETZEE may attack Dokes in the early round.
You take a look at the won and lost record of GERRIE COETZEE. It is impressive, but this, of course, is his third chance, and you have to think his last shot at a title. And here is the man making his way into the ring now, who is the champion of the WBA, Michael Dokes. This is his second title defense. His first title defense ended in a draw, and many people thought that Mike Weaver actually won that second fight. So this is going to be a real test for him.
Well, Michael Dokes, sometimes what happens in a fighter, he gets overconfident, especially after such a victorious win over Mike Weaver the first time around. He lays back, indulges in a social life, and the second time around, it becomes a tough fight. But this time, Michael Dokes, I'm sure, he trained very hard for this guy.
You know, we talk about confidence in a fighter, and we say GERRIE COETZEE may have a little bit of lack of confidence. Somebody said about Michael Dokes, in fact, a number of people said about Michael Dokes when he was younger, that he would be a lot better off if people would stop telling him how great he is.
Well, I like people tell me how great I was.
Well, you was.
Yeah, and Dokes was a very precocious fighter as a youngster. You know, he fought Teofilo Stevenson when he was 16 years old. And Stevenson then was on the top of his game, the greatest amateur in the world, and incidentally, the only man who ever decked Dokes. He hasn't been on the floor since then.
Well, in fact, he decked him in the first round, and a lot of people who were at that fight say that Dokes actually outfought him from there on.
Oh, he did. Dokes was a very, in fact, we were the Pan American team. Dokes was a very small heavyweight.
So Michael Dokes is now in the ring, and one thing you've always said, a fighter's got to be warm coming out of the locker room, Ray, as you look at Michael Dokes' record. And there's no question about it, Dokes has come into the ring fired up and very warm.
And a point to bring out, look at GERRIE COETZEE. He strides, no perspiration. Michael Dokes just flowing with perspiration.
Michael Dokes has been telling people, even as late as this evening, he wants to go out there and get GERRIE COETZEE, and I mean right now.
I'm expecting that from the very first round.
Both fighters, of course, coming in with very comparable numbers. COETZEE, 3 years the elder of Dokes, but other than that, there's really very little to choose. Dokes, a couple pounds heavier than COETZEE, but interestingly enough, he has come in lighter than his second fight with Mike Weaver. Now, his people have said that they wanted him a little bulkier for the Weaver fight because of the heat in Las Vegas. There is nothing like that here.
Introducing from Boksburg, South Africa, now living in America, the WBA's #1 contender with a record of 28-3-1 with 17 knockouts, weighing 215 pounds, GERRIE COETZEE. Defending his World Heavyweight Championship for the second time since winning it in December. Unbeaten in 28 fights with 2 draws, 15 knockouts, weighing 217 pounds, the reigning WBA Heavyweight Champion, Akron's own Michael Dokes.
Tony Perez, the referee, will call the two fighters together in the center of the ring. One other thing to keep in mind, the 3 knockdown rule is in effect tonight.
No questions. Shake hands, make the best man win. Good luck to both of you.
So you don't like to think that a turning point in a fight could come with the opening bell, and yet, Ray, I have the feeling it will.
I have a feeling that Michael Dokes is going to race right up to the corner of Gerrie Coetzee, throw a lot of punches and try to get him out early.
I completely agree with you. He has told people that.
Let me disagree, because one of us should be right here.
That's true.
One of us will be right.
Well, of course, that is the way he fought the first time against Mike Weaver. The fight lasted 63 seconds, albeit a controversial decision to stop the fight. Round one. And Dokes does not charge, and Coetzee comes out quickly. Center of the ring. That's one for Larry Merchant.
Both men are tight. And it's going to take a round or so, if it goes that long, before they loosen up. And in the first round, when two fighters are tight, anything can happen. You can expect an early knockdown or even a knockout, Barry.
Remember, both these fighters, notorious front runners. Against Weaver, Dokes actually got a second win. Combinations by Coetzee getting the better of that exchange.
You saw what happened just then. Gerrie Coetzee was able to land a solid right hand on Michael Dokes' chin. And what's going to happen when both fighters exchange punches, because they both possess great punching power. What I see in Gerrie Coetzee now is just the fact that he's extending that left jab, not trying to land it, but trying to measure Michael Dokes for that overhand right.
Again, the criticism has been that Coetzee has not been able to come back with a left hook behind the right hand.
Well, a lot of times, Bird, the fact that the power of that right hand, a lot of times is not necessary.
Here, I think, a little bit early.
That was a good body shot by Gerrie Coetzee. In fact, he's followed through his strategy and plan, the fact of backing up Michael Dokes, because he feels that's the best approach to his fight.
Actually, Dokes right at the moment looks rather stiff-legged. I haven't seen him be quite as immobile as he is right now, but as you mentioned, he might just be a little bit tight early on.
He is a little tight, Barry, and coming in late. In fact, Michael Dokes came in a little late, and preparation is the key to a fight. Must be relaxed.
So far, Coetzee has been able to keep Michael Dokes off of him, but remember, Dokes has said the way to fight him, as you heard him say earlier, is to back up.
Michael Dokes, look at his stance. He's flat-footed. In other words, he's going to get a lot of power behind, a lot of leverage in his punches.
Sonny, sit in your chair.
Coetzee is showing a proper amount of respect, not really taking the fight to Dokes.
Michael Dokes is trying to cut the ring off. He's not just following Gerrie Coetzee, he's cutting the ring. Every time Gerrie Coetzee moves to his right, you'll notice Michael Dokes will move to his left. Shorten the ring up. Get closer.
A round where both men feeling each other out. The left hand scored. The first two missed, and Dokes come back with a left hand of his own. End of round one. Interesting round, I think, Larry. Well, I think what you saw there is an example of two very organized corners, Ray.
Well, I would say Bobby Lewis gave very good instructions to Michael Dokes. Don't move straight back, because what's going to happen, he's going to get in the corner, and Gerrie Coetzee is going to throw those straight punches.
Dokes has picked up the pace a little bit here. Coetzee lunges. Coetzee seems to have a lot of crowd support here, actually, surprisingly.
Michael Dokes was also instructed in the corner to move his upper body a little more. Not to be a stationary target, because Coetzee is trying to set him up once again for that right hand. You notice Coetzee's right hand is down. Michael Dokes has a very good and solid left hook. And when he comes back with it, it's so sharp and so accurate. He's taking a lot of guys out with that punch.
Stuck it in there pretty good once right there. And now doing exactly as Bobby Lewis's corner man had told him.
Watch for the left hook by Michael Dokes. I think that would be one of the key punches in this fight. Once he's able to get in close enough.
A lot of measuring going on between these two right now. Also a lot of respect for each other's punching abilities. A Effective jabs up and down by Dokes. And a good right hand by COETZEE. Comes back with another right hand.
And exactly what Bob Lewis told Dokes not to do, to move straight back. Watch the left hook. The left hook just lands.
And it got COETZEE right off of him. So both men were tagged.
But I would agree with Larry. COETZEE seems so calm and so composed.
Very much so, much more so than I've ever seen Gerrie COETZEE be. He also seems to be conserving himself a little bit, which is something he had done. Good left hand. Dokes was hurt.
Dokes needs to get out of that corner. He should keep it and stay in the center of the ring. Because COETZEE now is trying to load up. He's throwing bombs, overhand rights.
And a right hand by COETZEE, back with a left. Dokes fighting back with a right hand of his own.
Bro, the punch they're throwing now, they put all their weight behind it. It's either going to be the left hook by Michael Dokes or a solid right hand by Gerrie COETZEE.
Nobody's wasting any punches here, too. Both men seem, and there's cut from the right eye of Gerrie COETZEE.
Now you may see Michael Dokes come to life.
I was just about to say that cuts have been a problem of Gerrie COETZEE, and early on, there is a cut over the right eye, and it's bleeding reasonably heavily.
There's a good straight right hand, followed by a left by COETZEE. That combination may have won him that round. On my card, COETZEE has won both rounds. This is following form, as you've noted before, Barry. He has been the early leader in all of his big fights.
Now, of course, the entire complexion of the fight can change because of the cut over the right eye of COETZEE. And immediately it starts bleeding again. So his corner did not do much in the way of stopping that cut. Dokes certainly will work on it. And he's got a lot of time, a long way to go.
A good cut man is so important in the corner because he has to administer that cut, keep it from flowing, and to make sure it doesn't become a handicap.
And with the cut over the eye, as Larry Merchant mentioned, much more serious than word alongside the eye. Hard to see that left hand coming. And this could just mean nothing but problems for Gerrie COETZEE. Should point out also that Pinklon Thomas cut COETZEE over the right eye late in the going of his last fight.
Michael Dokes, because we fought on the amateur teams together, he can turn, like I was saying, very few fighters can turn that jab into a left hook. And Michael Dokes is one of those fighters that can do that.
Dokes has improved steadily. Had a real good test against Weaver the last time, and it might have kind of perked him up. He's been a little bit lackadaisical in some of his training methods. Whether or not he was this time will show tonight.
I like those shots thrown to the body by Michael Dokes. And for a big guy, heavyweights, those body shots, they take their toll in the later rounds.
Dokes now seems very patient.
One thing about Michael Dokes also is when a fighter attacks him, he goes down to a little crouch and he comes up throwing so many combinations. Especially the left hook, bro.
Cut over the eye, not appreciably worse in this round than it was at the end of the last round.
You notice Michael Dokes just drilling that right hand to the body. Just then attempting to go left hook, right hand. And what he's doing now, he's making COETZEE think he's just going to go to the body. And he makes a right hand to the head shortly. This is the way you confuse the fighter.
Both fighters being very patient here. Obviously aware that this is a long haul. And needless to say, aware that neither one of them has ever really been known as a guy who could go the full distance. Even though Michael Dokes did the last time against Weaver, but he did run out of gas between the 4th and the 9th rounds, came back in the 10th and 11th, and then lost the last 3 on everybody's card but one.
COETZEE is waiting for one opportunity, and that's that right hand. What he wants to do, he wants to come across. That was a good right hand to the body by Michael Dokes. What COETZEE wants to do is to set Michael Dokes up for that right hand.
And around round in which the eye did not get much worse, and that might be of some significance.
But I think that cut eye may have influenced the fight because suddenly COETZEE was more of the counter-puncher than we saw him in the first 2 rounds, and that could lead to a dull fight, a tactical fight.
Green physician did come in to take a look at the eye, however, that is all he did was just take a quick look and leave the ring. It does not appear right at the moment that the eye is of any threat, at least to the stoppage of the fight so far as Gerrie COETZEE is concerned. Not right now, but it is in a nasty place. This is the 4th round.
COETZEE corner, they really like that right hand to the body and left hook to the head that COETZEE delivered in the first round. This is where Michael Dokes, he shouldn't be. You see what COETZEE is doing now. He's just praying with Michael Dokes, trying to measure him for that right hand. He's getting closer, and there. He was able to land, but it wasn't a clean blow.
COETZEE again being aggressive here, as Larry Merchant mentioned, started to be the counter-puncher in the 3rd round. Has come back a little bit more aggressively here in the 4th.
I think it's a very tactical fight on the part of COETZEE. He's not wasting any energy. Once again, where he tried to throw that shot to the ribs and left hook to the head. There, he attempted to try it again. But he's leaving himself wide open, Barry, for left hook, a counter left hook.
Little swelling under the right eye of Michael Dokes, although that's been there since the middle of the 1st round. Seems to be getting a little bit worse. It does not seem to be a major problem right at the moment. It could become a factor.
And we see a little thing now from Gerrie COETZEE. Wait for the right hand. He tried it again, Barry, but he missed.
Step back clean.
Again, it's interesting to me that both fighters really adhering to their corner's advice.
See, Dokes can't take the chance of staying in the corner. What he should be doing is utilizing his speed, keeping COETZEE in the center of the ring, box him.
Dokes getting the better of that.
What's also, I think, is creating somewhat a little of a slight problem for Michael Dokes is just the slight difference in height.
Something to consider, too, is the fact that after the 4th round against Mike Weaver was when Michael Dokes appreciably ran out of gas. And this, of course, is the 4th round. So conditioning could really become very much a part of this fight.
A beautiful shot. Right hand to the midsection by Gerrie COETZEE. Somewhat of a backhand.
Definitely was a backhanded punch, and Tony Perez will have a little talk about that. Again, blood flowing somewhat freely from the right eye, although right now it appears to be alongside and a little bit below the eye.
Get off the ropes, in other words.
I'll tell you, if you ever wonder why they call this the sweet science, it is, in fact, a science.
Exactly what it is. And you have to be versatile. You can't just fight one way. And Michael Dokes is capable of doing that. Now we see the tables are somewhat turning. Michael Dokes is starting to become aggressive. And this may create problems for Gerrie COETZEE.
And again, we get now to the point of the fight where conditioning can start to play a factor.
I love those shots to the body. They're beautiful shots.
COETZEE keeps pawing at that eye with the back of his glove, which would certainly indicate that it could be giving him a bit of a problem here.
I think what Michael Dokes wants COETZEE to do is to throw his punches, and then after he's finished throwing his series of combination, he's going to come back. And you notice Dokes always throws punches. He throws left hook to the body, left hook to the head.
A good right hand, and Dokes is down. Flush on the side of the face. Dokes does not appear to be hurt. He'll take the 8 count.
It was more of a flash flash knockdown, but it was a beautiful right hand by Gerrie Coetzee. Now watch Coetzee go back to the body and up to the head. Watch for the overhand right again. The left hook by Coetzee just landed.
Dokes does not appear to be hurt. We must point out that right hand a little bit short. A good left hand counter punch by Dokes.
Dokes is a little dazed now. That right hand is starting to land. And you see what's happening, bro, is the fact that Coetzee is trying to land a right hand. When it doesn't land, Michael Dokes is able to connect with the good left hook.
Just the simple fact that he managed to knock Michael Dokes down, which has not happened in his professional career, as Dokes comes back with a hard right of his own.
Coetzee should stay on top of Dokes now if he wants to take his title. You see, when you hurt a fighter, you don't let him recover. You take advantage of it. Those body shots, I like those body shots. I don't like what he's doing now with the reaching in because he's susceptible to be hit by a counter punch.
He started to get a little wild, actually, just before he scored with a right-hand punch that put Dokes down.
Gerrie Coetzee could also be a little arm weary, and now he's starting to telegraph his punches. You see that, he's starting to miss.
Dokes has gotten himself in trouble on the ropes.
Watch the right hand, once again to the body.
Very much alive, but remember, it's a pro-Dokes crowd. And so it could be a little bit misleading, although I'll tell you, Gerrie Coetzee is getting a lot of crowd support.
Let's take a look right here. A left followed by a clean right, and Dokes went down on one knee. It was a clean flash knockdown. He wasn't really dazed, but he took two clean punches and a nice combination to put him down. There it is again.
It was measured by that left jab.
Saw why Dokes is a championship caliber fighter when he fought back, trying to regain the initiative. This could be a crucial round for him.
This round here, I'm expecting Gerrie Coetzee just to take his time, and because he exerted a lot of energy that round. He put Dokes down, and now he's just gonna take his time, maybe throw a few jabs until he gets Dokes in a position to throw some punches.
Gerrie Coetzee historically has been about an 8-round fighter. That's where things have turned for him, around the 8th round. You saw a graphic just a couple of moments ago about the average length of a fight of Michael Dokes.
You see not too much action from Gerrie Coetzee, just buying his time.
It really is beginning to look here, as we mentioned, and I hate to be redundant also, but conditioning could play a very important part in this fight.
It will play an important part, Barry, because these guys are heavyweights. They start off at a very fast pace. Dokes was put down, and now Gerrie Coetzee may be a little arm weary from the series of punches that he was able to throw and land.
That cut over the eye of Coetzee is really no worse than it was when it happened in the second round.
Once again, Coetzee is just trying to measure Dokes for that devastating right hand.
And a little bit of blood from the nose of Michael Dokes. And once again, means he might have to breathe through his mouth a little bit more, and you don't want to see a fighter do that.
Dokes been going to the body pretty much the length of this start of the first round. And I'm looking for him to go to the head once in a while.
There's a right hand lead with a left hand behind it. Right now, it seems like Gerrie Coetzee is dictating the tempo of this fight, Ray.
Well, Michael Dokes respects the punching power of Gerrie Coetzee. Whenever a fighter's knocked down, he quite naturally has some respect. And those shots to the body, they take so much out of you.
Not much damage in that last exchange.
I've never seen Gerrie Coetzee throw an uppercut, and this is what he could do against Michael Dokes when Dokes go down.
Jab into the face of Michael Dokes now, and he really hasn't been able to do that before in this fight. Changing his tactics almost from round to round.
Michael Dokes is anticipate the right hand of Gerrie Coetzee. But Dokes is tough.
But if nothing else, Coetzee has captured his attention.
Yes, that was very easy. Michael Dokes has a superior left jab, and I'm surprised he's not using it. He's been popping to the belly every so often, but now once again he's flat-footed. He's been flat-footed throughout the whole fight.
Right from the opening bell.
And I think what he wants to do is land some heavy shots to the body.
Again, the right-hand lead gets in on the face of Michael Dokes.
Watch when Michael Dokes jab to the body. I'm looking for a right hand to the head to follow.
For the moment, the bleeding over the right eye has stopped. Another right-hand lead right to the face.
That's the reason that Bobby Lewis told Dokes not to move straight back, because this is the way that Gerrie Coetzee punches. When he punches, he gains momentum and he goes straight back. He follows you.
So another chopping right hand by Coetzee get in on Dokes. And Coetzee complains about the low blow, and Tony Perez agrees.
Now see, you notice now that Dokes is headed towards the ropes. Now he's away from the ropes, and this is where Coetzee wants him. Against the ropes or in the corner. Dokes should not be there.
And another good right hand by Coetzee.
You saw what happened there, Barry. Every time he gets the ropes or in the corner, Coetzee with those long arms and that powerful right hand, he's going to land, whether it's to the body, whether it's to the head.
That was a pretty good shot by Dokes, actually, but now Dokes with his back to the ropes.
This is becoming a very physical fight.
And Coetzee draws a warning for low blows.
Dokes is hurt now. Just then, that combination there, whoever has landed would have been on the canvas for sure.
And there was your uppercut also, Ray.
Now watch the right hand again.
A left hand.
Now watch the uppercut. Oh, there should be an uppercut. That's the uppercut there. Now we should see a right hand by Gerrie Coetzee, because now he's still a little arm weary, and Dokes is definitely fatigued now.
Dokes he's also a little bit rubber-legged.
He's blowing, and now his arms, he's not punching anymore. Watch the right hand.
A left hand bouncing off the ropes.
Michael definitely is tired. Coetzee should go to his body and take advantage.
But you know, in the back of Coetzee's head has got to be the fact that he is an admitted 10-round fighter, and he's got to be thinking about pacing himself.
Dokes is definitely fatigued, and so is Gerrie Coetzee. But Coetzee is going to work.
A big round for Coetzee.
Here we see Coetzee coming on top of him, the complete aggressor. Dokes is trying to counter against him, but he's countering blindly, it seems, Ray, not with any real purpose.
He is not, and Larry, the fact that Dokes, when he's down, he just punches, throws a lot of shots, and not knowing exactly where his punches are going.
They're working more feverishly now in the corner of Coetzee on that eye.
This is the 8th round, and I'll tell you, you got two journeymen in the corners. Bobby Lewis in the corner of Michael Dokes, Jackie McCoy in the corner of Gerrie Coetzee.
They must have poured a bucket of water on Michael Dokes, and they do, and trainers do that to revive a fighter, to rejuvenate him. Once again, Larry, look how cool Gerrie Coetzee is. Taking his time, waiting for Michael Dokes to make a mistake, or waiting for an opportunity for Michael Dokes to move back into a corner or against the ropes where he should not be.
Well, throughout his career, this 8th round has been a very pivotal one for Gerrie Coetzee. Of the two, there's no question as to who is the stronger right now. Good right hand by Dokes.
Well, see, this is the round that the critics were saying that both men fatigue very fast in, and I guess we'll get our answer tonight. I don't see why Dokes is not going to the head with that right hand. He's quick enough to get away with it.
Also, Also leaning in with his punches, not really getting much behind those punches is Michael Dokes. Incidentally, the swelling under the eye of Dokes no worse than it was. And the cut alongside the eye or above the eye of GERRIE COETZEE right at the moment, not bleeding at all. There's also a swelling under the eye of COETZEE as well.
I'm under the impression, Barry, that Michael Dokes is really trying to wait and pace himself and come on strong in the later round.
Both men scored with the exchange there.
COETZEE's right hand, it comes over. It's a straight punch, but it comes over, and with a lot of power.
Dokes still trying to go predominantly downstairs. Trying to bring the arms down.
Oh, that was a great uppercut. That was a beautiful uppercut. But as I said earlier, he needs to come back with something. You can't rely on one punch unless you're bionic.
COETZEE fighting a very smart fight right now.
Dokes is really blowing hard from the mouth. His mouth is open. And that's now, just then, that combination was thrown by Michael Dokes. COETZEE has to be very careful because Michael Dokes always finishes a combination with the left hook.
And significantly in this round, there has been no blood from the eye of GERRIE COETZEE.
All right, we're looking at COETZEE's corner. You know, one thing about COETZEE, that sometimes fatigue comes from tension and anxiety. And he has appeared so cool tonight, so perfectly calm in the ring, that we may not see that same fighter that we have seen in the past.
That's an excellent point. This is the 9th round. You heard Dokes' corner actually very pleased with their man. Dokes picks up the pace again now.
Also, Michael Dokes is on his toes now.
And a left hand sends COETZEE reeling against the ropes. I'm not sure if he was hurt or if he was just back on his heels.
No, he's just off balance, Barry.
The crowd loves it, but remember, this is a hometown favorite in Michael Dokes, although COETZEE has gotten an awful lot of support here in Cleveland.
Dokes needs to exemplify what he has, and that's that great hand speed.
Well, again, Dokes really came out up on his toes and moving quickly at the beginning of this round. Right now, he's back stiff-legged and flat-footed.
And once again, against the ropes, and in near a corner where Bob Lewis told not to be because COETZEE throws that right hand.
Three jabs, all got in, and a left hook.
You notice now that COETZEE punches are landing a lot cleaner. His jab, he's beaten Michael Dokes to the punch, and I'm surprised with that because Michael Dokes has superior hand speed.
And right now, it's going to be the story of cumulative effect on Michael Dokes, really. COETZEE's punches may not have quite the sting they had in the early rounds, but they're just piling up and piling up.
Look at COETZEE now. All he's doing is kitty patting, setting him up, waiting to drop a bomb. But he can't be too lackadaisical because what'll happen, Dokes will come on very strong at the spur of a moment. Just then.
Good combination by Michael Dokes. Brings the crowd alive. COETZEE is not hurt.
Dokes should close his mouth. He's subject to a broken jaw.
Right hand to the ribs, right hand to the face by COETZEE. Left hook by COETZEE, and once more, Dokes had his legs wobble, and a right hand behind that.
You see what's happening, the mistake. They're exchanging blow for blow.
That punch was short by Dokes.
Now COETZEE here appears to be a lot stronger, yet Michael Dokes still seems to be hanging in there. And I think Michael Dokes feels that he hurt COETZEE with that combination he threw.
I only saw one punch in that combination really land. That's a left hand by COETZEE.
Watch the uppercut, Barry. It should come any moment now. I'm very impressed with the way COETZEE is fighting.
Fighting a very smart fight and is very much in control at the end of 9.
Very technical fight.
Take charge, be the boss.
As we saw at the end of that last round, the time is coming when Michael Dokes is going to have to go to war to save his championship.
Did you detect, Larry, a little bit of note of concern in the corner for the first time?
Well, if they aren't concerned, there's something wrong with their eyesight.
This is the 10th round.
Once again, Michael Dokes is drenched with water, which proves fatigue has set in on the fighter and trying to bring him back to life.
I didn't really mean so much concern implied as concern voiced.
You see what's happening? Michael Dokes is letting COETZEE beat him to the punch with the left jab and even the right hand. What Michael Dokes needs to do is match the jab of GERRIE COETZEE. And he'll stop all of that.
And again, it should be noted that eye has not been opened up for the last 3 rounds. So COETZEE not only in control of the fight, seemingly, but also now with the flow of blood stemmed from a cut that he suffered at the end of the 2nd round.
They're hollering from Dokes' corner for him to keep that chin down, and I think he better, because see what happens. COETZEE punches up, he raises his left foot up, and he comes down with the right hand.
Dokes still breathing through his mouth a great deal.
All GERRIE COETZEE wants to do is let the left jab touch.
Scored with a hard right hand.
And he knows that right hand will follow, just like he did there. Dokes needs to move, keep this man in the center of the ring, or we're going to see this the rest of the fight, or if it should go that long.
Blood now slightly from the corner of COETZEE's eye once more, but it is alongside the eye, and it has not really bled in his eye.
And now we're seeing body shots again. Dokes seems to be a little hurt. He's wobbly now. He's wobbling. His legs are buckled.
And there's a solid right hand by COETZEE, and Dokes is in serious trouble.
Now, Dokes is seriously injured.
Dokes is out on his feet here if COETZEE could finish him off.
COETZEE just can't get wild. Just take his time and he can get his man out of there.
Dokes holding on.
He's doing the right thing, Barry. Hold on, clear his head.
15 seconds remaining in this round, and COETZEE is on him. Backhands a right hand. Dokes is out on his feet, but may get through the round.
I doubt it very seriously.
And he's down, and this could be it. Cannot be saved by the bell.
That's it.
He cannot be saved by the bell. It's over, and we have a new WBA heavyweight champion of the world, and I might add it was well-deserved tonight. And I mean, they got to be going crazy in South Africa. There was no question about it. It wasn't only the knockout. It was a man in control of this fight almost from the opening.
Well, here we see GERRIE COETZEE now stepping aside, dropping that same right hand he's been dropping throughout the fight. Michael Dokes now is in trouble. He goes down.
2 booming right hands were what put him away, but it was a flurry of punches earlier.
Watch the power. The right hand lands, and GERRIE COETZEE takes his time, comes back with a double right hand.
And that was right at the end of the round. The man could not be saved by the bell, and we have a new champion just like that.
Here, Dokes trying to hold on, but GERRIE COETZEE had an opportunity, and he didn't let it get away from him. Right here, right hand lands. Michael is in serious trouble, and COETZEE lands another right hand. Dokes hits the canvas.
Right now, Larry Merchant's in the ring with a new champion. Larry?
The new WBA heavyweight champion of the world. What are your feelings at this moment, Gerrie?
I can just think of Mr. Don King giving me this opportunity. I don't realize what happened to me tonight. Really, I want to praise the Lord. I promised him that I want to thank him. I want to thank Mr. King.
You seemed from the very start more relaxed and confident than we've ever seen you in your previous 2 championship fights. Was that true?
I was very relaxed because I knew my hands are solid. It's okay. I worked hard, fighting tight. I didn't realize what a world title meant, and I didn't have a family. I love my family, and I've done it for them as well tonight.
Were you concerned that Dokes would rush to you early in the fight as he did to Weaver? Were you ready for anything?
Yes. I thought he's going to come quick at me. I want to thank Michael for giving me this opportunity so quick. But the first time I hit him with the right, I saw the expression on his face that he's been hit. My corner was telling me, go to whip, but I knew Mike is getting tired. I worked hard, and it's got to come.
What about the cut on your right eye? From this angle, it looks like a very nasty cut. How concerned were you about it?
Thank you. I was worried about that, especially in the third and fourth round. I couldn't see well. But Jackie McCoy, Willie Locke, my dad, Cedric Kushner, this man over here, I've got to take the whole night to thank everybody, but I think these two persons were the greatest.
Were you surprised that he didn't work on your eye more than he did?
I knew if he's got to go open with the left, I'm going to hit him with the cross right.
So you're saying that because you got the respect from him of landing the right early in the fight, he was afraid to throw too many lefts at that damaged eye?
Yeah, but I hit him in the body bad shots as well. He didn't know where to block, to the body or to the head.
You showed none of the fatigue that we've seen in the past in the middle of the fight. Was that
I'm
why
training
was that?
in America. I'm working in America. America is a great, great country. The people are sports people. And I want to thank the American people for all their support. And I want to thank the South African people coming to see me, have a lot of faith in me.
What about Jackie McCoy? What has he done for you over the last few weeks that you hadn't had before?
He improved my left hand tremendously. The left hook, that's where I really shook Dokes as well. And that's the one I think that set him up for the right.
What kind of a champion do you want to be, Gerrie Coetzee?
I want, honestly, be the people's champ.
What does that mean?
I want to be everybody's champ. I don't want to be a specific person's champ. I want to be the world champ.
You're saying you don't want to be just a champion of South Africa or white people, but also of black people and everyone.
Everybody. There's a saying, if your country is right, if they are wrong, it's your country. You can't throw them away, you still love them. But I really love America, and I love Mr. King for giving me this chance. I never believed that he's going to give me this opportunity. Thank you, Mr. King.
Do you want to fight Larry Holmes now and unify the title? That would be an immense fight right now.
Larry, have we got time to can I tell you something?
Sure.
I was at Atlantic City when Snubs fought Berbick, and I wanted to meet him, but we'll talk later about that. I'm looking forward to it.
You're saying that you're not very fond of Larry Holmes.
No, not at all.
Thank you very much for a great fight, Gerrie Coetzee.
Thank you very much.